Hi everybody, it's Tommy Jo from Bird Street Studio, and I'm here. I was starting to work on this journal, these signatures, and I realized that I need a bunch of ephemera to put in these. And I have so many scraps right now, being that it's, 2025 is over, we're into 2026. I need to take care of some of these scraps. So I sat here and I made this paper out of all my scrap cut-offs like this. White, not white, whatever. So I thought what I do first before we jump into making ephemera in that, I'm going to show you how I made this, which I love. And I think I love it because it's neutral. Anyways, these were the leftover pieces I had after I collaged this. And I thought, well, I'm going to move those aside. We're going to get these into this condition. And then we'll collage a sheet. And then we'll see where that takes us. Anyways, I'm going to grab some stuff and we will get started. Okay, so I pulled out all these scrap papers, and I just kind of wanted to show you how I got started to begin with. The first thing I did was anything that wasn't kind of stained, I went ahead and tried to stain, and I did that by using a big acrylic. These are the Stampers Anonymous Tim Holtz collection. I only ever had 2 little acrylic blocks for stamping, but now that I've gotten some larger stamps, I had to get something bigger, so I went ahead and invested in these. And so what I did was I used walnut stain and vintage photo. So walnut stain on here and some vintage photo. And I used a little water. And then I just started dipping like all these white ones, kind of trying to get them so they're not bright white. And we can do some of these as well. This doesn't need it. I don't think we need to do this or this. But all these white ones, definitely we need to. And then we want to do more. And that's pretty much all I did. I just dipped them in this, trying to, I could coffee dye them if I wanted to, but honestly, I didn't want to go out and have to make up the little thing of coffee when I could sit right here and not move and do this, right? These probably don't need it. Maybe the edge of this might need it. Yeah, right along there, the edges. Oh, we got some more white down here. And then we're going to dry these, and we'll see if we need any more than what we already did. I've got some craft papers. I've got some music papers. Just a lot of different. Oh, I want to put a little more on here. Let's use some vintage photo since this is pretty dry. Just pulling out pieces that still have a lot of white on them or whatever. Not that it makes a difference, because when we get done, they're going to be all different shades, from white to cream, ecru. Okay. I'm going to just try to kind of use this piece to dry off what's on here. Whoops, that's okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go ahead and dry these, and then I will come right back and we'll see what we have. Okay, so I think I have most of them colored so they're not bright white. Some of them are kind of white, but I don't think that'll make a big difference. So the next thing I did is I got my black ink pad out, you know, my big one. And I pulled a bunch of stamps that I thought I could use. So I've got Stampers Anonymous Tim Holtz Botanic Collage 447. I've got Stampers Anonymous Tim Holtz Faded Type CMS 397. And I have Eclectic Edges Stampers Anonymous Tim Holtz CMS 399. And I have to tell you, this is probably the stamp that I could live without. It's just not one of my favorites. Just saying. This is one I can't live without. It's French Garden CMS 487 and Floral Trim CMS 461, all Stampers Anonymous Tim Holtz. Now I have other stamps, but I just started with those, and that's kind of what I wanted to show you. So I also need to pull out a different size acrylic. I think this one will work because it'll hold big and small, I think. And I thought the first thing I wanted to do was, I'm going to move my stamp pad up a little bit. I hope I'm in, let me see where I'm at. Okay, I'm there. Okay, we're good. So we can go over to here and over to here. Perfect. Move this down so I don't get ink everywhere. Okay, so, the first thing I did is I just tried to kind of lay them out, and without having to take them to the iron, I was trying to kind of flatten them a little bit so they would lay out. Something like this. Okay. And then I started taking stamps and started stamping on there. There is one stamp in this set that doesn't seem to work well, and you'll see that in a minute, which one that is. This one, however, works beautifully. I'm going to pull my stamp pad down here. Hopefully, when I get my order from Blix, I think I ordered a small black stamp pad, because I normally take pad to stamp. It just makes it a lot easier, I think. And then I just started stamping. And you do need to leave your stamp on your papers for about 3 to 5 seconds so that they can absorb the ink. And I'm doing it on this craft paper because I'll probably end up tearing that up and using that eventually for collage. Yeah, I love this stamp. I don't know. I just really like it. And I can use this as stamp off, which works well. I'm kind of going, I hope you can see this. I'm kind of doing all of them. And you'll see the one that works and doesn't work. That one's not real great. I don't know. Not one of my favorites, I don't think. We have all these other papers, so I'll trade out different stamps as we go. You'll see. And once a paper seems to be full of stamp, I just move it aside. Like this one. Maybe this one too. And that one. I really like this stamp a lot. I don't know what it is about that one. I just love it. Okay, let's trade out some stamps. Let's try this one. See what we got. This one has looks like this. We'll see what we get with it. Not bad, not great. I think I want to try something though. What if I take it? This is where I get ink all over my hand. Thinking I want to get some of this like text. Let's try right here. Yep, I like it. Let's do the same down at the bottom. Love it. Move it. Okay, let's see. Yeah, this is where I get it all over my hands. But all I'm trying to do is kind of cover up any white spaces that we got. Those two look good. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp this one off. Beautiful. And let's lay a few more out. Okay, let's try those. We did that one. Let's try this butterfly one and see what we get. Ooh, I like it. Let's see if we can get one down on here. Nice. Okay, here's another one with a butterfly, but a different butterfly. So let's try that one. Not bad. I mean, it's so easy. We're just using our scraps and some stamps. Really. Okay, this one's kind of big. Let's see if we can get some text out of this without getting my fingers too black. Oh, I like it. Think we could get this flower at all? Let's try. This one's kind of done pretty much. So's that one. Let's see if we can get this flower. Oh, like it. This one we need to maybe get a little more text or something on there. It looks kind of just smeared. Let's see. Yeah, better. And then let's see. Oh, that looks kind of smeared, huh? That's okay. Guess what? We're just going to go stamp right there, and we're going to call that one done. We're going to do the same right up here. Call that one done. Oh, maybe we need a little at the bottom. Like that. Done. Let's see if we can try a different stamp. see what we got on this one. Done. Okay, let's lay out a few more. See some more of this music paper. Oh, nice. Okay, and we just need a couple fill-ins, I think, right there. Let's see what we can do to fill that in without taking out a whole bunch of other stamps. We can use this one again. We like this one. Yep. Perfect. Okay, we're going to use those, and we're going to call this, and I could go on. I have a lot more papers, and I'll probably do more, but I wanted to show you the next step. So I'm going to get all these picked up, and then I'll show you the next step. Okay, so I had to grab a new glue stick, and the whole point of this is to make some neutral ephemera. Like master pages, masterboards, to make ephemera for these journals and to use up my scraps in doing that. So these are all the different papers that we stamped and dyed, and we're going to just collage on this paper that I printed out. I was designing something and I didn't like the color, so it's an off print. So basically, we're just going to kind of try to cover this and use this as our back piece. So I'm going to start with kind of some straight edges, and then we'll probably have to start tearing our scraps here. But when I see ones like these that, you know, have a straight edge, I might as well use them, right? Just looking for some different stuff here. This has, these were digitals, and so they kind of turned green when I tried to put coffee or distress ink when I wet them, because the ink kind of ran, but that's okay. It's okay with me. It just adds a little bit more color, but it's still fairly neutral. Okay. Okay, so we've got this one done, and we've got some leftover pieces, and that's cool. I like that. And we have the starting of a masterboard back here. So I think the next thing I want to do is we want to trim these out. The one that I made before and this one. Where did I put the one that I made before? Over here. So I just have a couple of small edges here that we need to trim. But pretty cool, huh? And I used up that overprint, which worked out good. And I think that's it. So we can go ahead and cut these. I think we have time to cut them. I'm not sure that we have time to decorate, but let's see what we can do in terms of making, for making some journaling cards and or tags. So these are 8.5 by 11. So if I do 6-inch tags, then I should have 5-inch. Okay, so let's do, these would be 4 1/4 if I did it this way. Right? If I did it in half, it would be 4 1/4 by 6. And I don't want that. So let's do it this way. Let's do 6-inch tag, a couple of 6-inch tags maybe. Okay? Then we'll do if I have to divide 8.5, 9, so be just shy of 3 inches. So let's make them, yeah, okay, let's make just shy of 3 inches there. Let's make it just shy of 3 inches there. Maybe 2 3/4, and then whatever this is. Then we got 3 tags, and let's make a journaling card that would be, this is 5. Do we want to do like 4 by 5? Do 3 by 5. Yeah, let's do, let's do 4. And then this one, we'll just cut a little piece off of it. That's okay. Okay, so we've got a couple journaling cards, some tags, and this one I want to make, if I take 3 inches off there, I could make a couple of long tags. Let me see. If I take 3, that would be 5. I think that would work. So we're going to cut this to 3. And because this is 11, we can make this 5 1/2. And we can either make pockets or belly bands out of that. This, I think, if we make, I don't don't know. I'm thinking I might hold on to this and then make a decision later. So let's see what we have. We know for sure that we have some tags, so let's cut some tags here. And I think we'll make them, and I'm just using my card, and I kind of think I like it. Maybe we'll make them longer like this, and then turn that, and yeah, I like that. So let's make them like that. Make one more. And because we did these on paper, they're already blank on the back, so I don't need to back them. And then we have, well, these we don't know if we want to make pockets, or let me see what we have here. I only have 2 of them. We might have to cut that other sheet, so we have 3 and 3 and 3 and 3. But these could be journaling cards, right? That could go in here, in here. Okay, I like that. So these, I'm going to just round the corners. And I'm thinking I want to round the corners, the bottoms of these, but I'm going to do the 1/4 inch just because it makes it so much easier for them to slide in and out of pockets or wherever we put them. And this one we want to do 1/2 inch. Okay, so we have 2 journaling cards, 3 tags, and we don't know what we want to do with those yet. So I'm thinking we want to make some sort of belly bands. Let's see what we did. We did a bottom pocket. We did a belly band here. So we could do, we could make these into like side tuck, like a corner tuck like this. But we're going to hold on to them. So let me see how much time we have. I think that I'm going to wrap this up for a video, and then I may decorate these and decide what to do with the other sheet. I'm not sure. I might come back and do that. I have to give it a little bit of thought, but thank you so much for joining me for this. I hope you use your scraps to make some collage papers. That was so cool. And remember to use your craft paper because we're going to use this eventually, right? All my off stamps and stuff, we can use it. So thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you to my subscribers, past, present, and future. I really, 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 really appreciate you. I'm excited about the new year. We're into it. And I hope, I was kind of looking for maybe a challenge. I really enjoyed doing Rachel's weekly challenge. So I may do that if she does that again this year. I'm not sure. But maybe one other one. I'm not sure. Anyways, if you know of any good ones that have to do with journaling, not art, because I love to make art and they're fun, but what I love is making stuff for journals. And so anytime I can make ephemera like the Ephemera or Rachel's weekly challenge, those have to do with journals, and I love those. I think I did Joey card makers last year and was able to get freebies from him and make stuff for journals. So I love that as well. So if you have suggestions, drop them in the comments. And I guess that's it. Wrap it up, and I will see you in the next video, everybody. Bye-bye.